Here we go. Okay. Hello together. My name is Maximilian Pöhnlein. I'm the coordinator of the new program in International Economic Studies. Today I will present you the new program, and first of all we can go to an overview. So at the beginning I will talk about the university and the WiSo itself, so you have kind of general information on where you will study or where you will apply. Afterwards, I will go into detail about the program itself, which will only start in November, and it's totally new. And afterwards, we will have some more online resources and career prospects with this degree program. Okay, let's start. The Friedrich Alexander University Erlangen-Nuremberg was founded in 1743. It's one of the biggest, it's the biggest university in northern Bavaria with approximately 40,000 students. So that makes it also the third biggest university in Bavaria. Special is that we have over 500 partner universities, which makes the university quite cosmopolitan and international. And the university has also a strong research focus, which can also be seen in some rankings. For example, the QS World University Ranking in the category citations per faculty. The university is placed 19th in the world. Okay. This brings us to the WiSo itself, which is the faculty or the department for economics and social science. And here the WiSo was founded in 1961, where the Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Sozialwissenschaften got together with the university and built the WiSo as it is today. The WiSo has over 6,000 students and over 1,500 graduates every year, and it offers over 20 study programs. And with its over 35 chairs, it offers one of the most diversified course offers in Germany. This very diversified course offer you will also profit from that in the IES program via the big elective part. Okay. Moreover, the WiSo has a slogan which is called Global Networks, Local Connections. So on the one hand, the WiSo is locally quite connected. It's closely connected to the region itself and transfers scientific expertise to the city and gives some impulses for the city of Nuremberg through startups and alumni. And on the other hand, it has global networks. What means global networks? It has partner universities all over the world. For example, in Japan, in Sweden, or in the USA with Washington. Here we have the WiSo itself, has over 140 partner universities on 5 continents, and thereby also offers a diverse choice of courses, which you will experience in your compulsory semester abroad. Okay, this already brings us to the program itself, which is called International Economic Studies. It's a Bachelor of Science degree, and the course is completely held in English language. That's also the reason we are doing this in English here. So you could ask yourself, what is the study program IES about? And we identified 4 main competence fields. For a starter, you will learn about the principles of economics, so you will get a solid foundation of knowledge in the field of economics. Furthermore, you will learn about international economics and policy, which means that you will look at policies and how they affect the economy and society as a whole. Moreover, you will deal with economic interventions and coordination across borders. So you will not only have a domestic viewpoint, but also international and European perspective in your studies. And lastly, you will get empirical and quantitative skills through the various tools courses and empirical economics courses, which will learn you the foundations of data analysis, with which you can answer your own questions. Okay, so what are the advantages of the IES program? So this is meant, or what I mean with this is what makes it special in comparison to other economics courses offered in Germany. So for once, we have specifically designed courses for the IES, so it's not just another mixture of economics courses you could do in normal economics programs. It has interdisciplinary coursework, which means that you will not only study economics, but also will have a big chunk of business courses and courses in politics and society, or in social science as a whole. Moreover, you have a wide range of electives, which means you can choose from this diversified course offer I mentioned before. With our 35 chairs, we will offer courses in a wide range of fields, so there you can choose what you want to do. One more advantage is that you will learn one advanced and at minimum one new language. You can choose here between English, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Chinese. But that's not all. You can also choose other languages, but these will later not be counted for your grade. One of the biggest pluses is that all courses are conducted in English, so you will not have a problem to transfer to an English master program or to go abroad, because you are already used to having courses in English language. And finally, we have a decisive international perspective with our compulsory semester abroad. So you will have to go abroad once while you study this program. And you will see other universities, other cultures, and I think that's a big plus. Okay, so how exactly does the Bachelor IES work? At the beginning, you will have a great chunk of compulsory courses, which means you will learn the basic principles of economics and business administration, where you will have a focus on economics, because this is the international economic science and not like the partner program, international business science, business studies. Also, you will learn about international economic relations via the politics courses, and you will also have courses in empirical methods and data science, also outside of the tools branch, which will be more focused on foundations of statistics and data analysis. You will also have applied courses where you will tackle direct questions related to economics. And finally, you will be dealing with social, political, and legislative aspects of globalization. Afterwards, you will go more into the supplementary courses. This is here, one big part is the elective course offer. So you will do at a minimum 25 ECTS of electives here at the home university, but you can also do them abroad, which brings me directly to the 20 ECTS, which you have to do abroad, but it's not specified what courses you will take abroad. So you can choose there freely what you want to do, and thereby also specialize yourself in one direction. Moreover, to the supplementary courses counts also the tools subject, as I said, which deals with statistics and data analysis and with the foundations of that. In the reflection part, you will have courses that are more about discussing current topics of economics. There you are in smaller groups where you can discuss with your peers. And finally, the language courses where you will improve, for example, your English or learn a new language. And the final part will be your bachelor thesis, which is an independent work on a scientific question you can choose yourself. Here you can, for example, tackle a question regarding a policy of the state or of the country, or you can compare something, whatever you like. And here all the topics of the whole course can be chosen. This brings me to the study plan. This is maybe a bit much to view now, so later I will give you the link to our homepage. There you can download the study plan and study it in more detail later without time constraints. So, but what you can see here is that you will have in international economic studies, you will have a big chunk of economics courses here with 40 ECTS. You will have a smaller chunk of business courses with 20 ECTS, and also a subject with which focuses on international politics, law, and society. And also these tools courses, which, as I said, focus on statistics, later on econometrics, which is statistics focused on economic topics, and also data collection methods, which can also help you with your bachelor thesis if you want to work with data yourself or collect data yourself. What you can also see is the language courses. Here 15 ECTS, which will be 3 courses, and all the electives. The electives abroad and the electives you can do here, but you can also choose to do them abroad if you want to stay 1 year or however you like. There's some room for choices. But this may be a bit abstract, and since this is maybe confusing, I will present you this slide. So what do I learn in these courses? And I put here the subject areas you will have in this program, and what they are exactly about, and one example question that could be related to this subject area. So one big part in this course is international economics, as I said, 40 ECTS, which is about 8 courses. Here you will learn how the economy works. So you will look at the big picture. And one question you could ask yourself here is, how does the price of my cucumber sandwich relates to the actions of the central bank? In the first instance, this may be unrelated, but if you think about this longer, there's definitely a relationship. And to answer such questions, you will learn in these courses. Furthermore, you will learn about international business. That's a smaller part of this course, but also very relevant. Here you learn how firms operate in international markets. So one question could be, why can Apple only pay very little tax in Europe? That's a question a lot of people are asking today, also in the media. Furthermore, you will look at international politics, law, and society. So here you try to understand who makes the rules and why these rules are made. So one question here could be, how is it possible that I can drive from Lisbon to Stockholm without border controls? Then we come to the tools subject, but as I said before, you will also have applied statistics courses in your international economics subject. In the tools subject area, it's about finding your own answers in the data, so that you are able later, when you're finished this degree, that you are able to take data yourself and find answers in this data. So one question here could be, what is the effect of the corona crisis on the pub density in my city? Maybe a relevant question for you while you study here. The last subject area here is reflections, and as I said before, there you will discuss current challenges with your peers. So small groups where you really can go into discussions with other students, your professors, your research assistants. And one question could be, what are the consequences of migration and income inequality? For income inequality. But it's not limited to these questions. These are just examples. I hope that's clear. Okay. This brings me already to the online resources and the career prospects with this degree program. So first of all, what are the prerequisites? Since this program will only start in November or October, November, it's not clear what the numerus clausus will be, but there will be one. It's a numerus clausus study track, so we try to get really good students. But for your information, this is the NC for International Business Studies, as it was before. What I can mention here is, maybe you wonder about this spike. Here the admission system changed and they changed it back, so that's an outlier. Otherwise, our International Business Studies program is known for its ambitious and highly motivated student group, and we want very good applicants for this program, and that will be the same for the IES. So if you are ambitious and you want to study and you have good grades, please apply. Besides that, 70 students will be 70 places for students are open in the IBS, while only 30 are open for the IES every year. If you want to apply, your English language skills have to be quite good. Further language skills are definitely a bonus, and you should definitely have a certain affinity to math. So what else should you bring with you yourself? So you should bring interest for international economic relationships and issues. You should be interested in international business. And you should be curious about foreign cultures and languages, since you will definitely pursue a semester abroad, since it's compulsory. So, what career opportunities do you have with the program in International Economic Studies? So you can pursue professional positions in a variety of institutions that are concerned with economic decisions and economic policy. There are jobs for you in private corporations, in the public sector, in supranational national institutions, but also in non-profit organizations. Moreover, you can also be employed in banks and consultancy companies. But that, in the end, that depends on what elective courses you choose and what are your specialization. Okay. Besides going for a job after the degree, you can also pursue a master's degree. Also at this university, the most direct choice for the IES program would be the Master of Science in Economics here at the university, which is a 4-semester degree, also held in English language. It has a main focus on labor, public economics, health, energy, macro, and finance. And when you finished your bachelor degree, you will exactly know what these topics are. Moreover, we have the Master of International Business Studies, which is also a 4-semester degree in English language, but this is more focused around international business administration, with an emphasis on certain regions. Okay, so if this was all a bit fast and you couldn't catch all the informations you wanted, you can also visit our homepage. There you have information on the IES, but also on the IBS. You can see the differences between the programs, and you will also find information on how to apply for the program. Also, you will find my contact details here, but I will give them to you anyways. I'm Maximilian Pöhnlein, so if you have a question, please just write me an email. It can also be in German, no problem. And if you have already decided to apply for this program and you have a question regarding the application process, you can directly contact the student advice with Bianca Distler and Susanne Heinrich. Okay, that's it for me for now. Thank you for your attention, and now we will probably have some questions.
Exactly. Hello, everyone. So hello also from my side. I have collected some of your questions, and I am happy to ask them to Max, so that hopefully all of your doubts and questions are clarified. So there was one question that the sender of the question says was already partly answered, but maybe we could still address it shortly. There was a confusion whether FAU is a university or a Hochschule, a so-called Fachhochschule, University of Applied Sciences. So Max, could you answer that please for us?
Yeah, the FHU is definitely a university and not a Fachhochschule. There's nothing much to say.
Yeah, and maybe we could just clarify the difference between the two, because we are often asked that. Usual university is more focused on academic questions, so on research, while the Fachhochschulen in Germany focus on applied sciences, so have more of a practical focus. Okay, we also have two questions on languages. The first is, which type of certificate, of English certificate, do I need to have?
So to apply for the IES, you don't need a language certificate, but you should bring a B2 level of English with yourself. So if you graduated high school here in Germany, you will have the required level of English to apply.
Exactly. Okay, and finally, there's a question about Japanese. If I decide to take a course in Japanese, does that mean that I do not earn any ECTS?
Exactly. You can do a Japanese language course, but it will not count into the requirement for these 15 ECTS you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're only, wait, I can tell you again, for these 15 ECTS, only English, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Chinese are counting. You can do these other languages and they will also be written down in your transcript, but they will not count towards the 15 ECTS.
Exactly. So they are basically not taken into account for the final grade, but for example, if you need them for a master application, they will still appear on your transcript, so you can still use them. Okay, we have another question. This regards the cost of studies at our university. So is studying at our faculty for free, or do we have to pay for it as students?
So in principle, it's free, but you have to pay a little fee every semester, which is, I think, 127, but I'm not entirely sure, around this amount. Mm-hmm. It changes a bit every semester.
Yeah, there's maybe a difference of 1 or 2 euros per semester, but it's around 130 euros. Okay, are there any further questions that you can still type them in our Fragen und Antworten Q&A, or just send them via the chat. We have some time left. By the way, I just received a message that my background picture is upside down. Sorry for that. I will adjust it after this session. Any further questions? No, it seems like you're all happy. Okay, so there is another question. It also concerns costs. Does BAföG cover the costs for the semester abroad?
I'm not an expert on that, but I guess you will also get BAföG while you are abroad. So you can cover a part of this cost via BAföG, but if you go onto a European university, you will also get funding through the European Union. That depends on the country. It will not cover all the costs, but it will cover some extra cost. For example, for me, I was in Florence for an Erasmus semester and I got like 300 euros to cover the extra cost of more expensive living in Florence per month.
Yeah. As Max has already mentioned, we have a lot of partner universities abroad, and whenever you go to partner universities, usually either the semester is for free, so you don't have any costs at the university, or you have reduced payments, and you can also, of course, apply for scholarships. For example, when you go, let's say, to Australia, we don't have a partner university in Australia. Still, you can go there as a free mover. That just means that you have to organize it yourself. And you would have to also apply for scholarships yourself. So that wouldn't be organized by our faculty. You would basically be responsible for it yourself, but there are numerous possibilities. Yeah.
And it's definitely not impossible to get these fundings. I know a lot of people that got to the USA to study 1 or 2 semesters with scholarship. So this is definitely possible.
Okay, there's another, let's say, more practical question. Is it hard to find apartments in Nuremberg? Do we have any? Well,
maybe Christina can talk about that, because I'm only living for half a year here, but in my personal experience, it was not that hard to find an apartment, to be honest. I was 2 weekends here and got an apartment. So but that's very subjective.
Yeah, so there are many different opportunities. You could share a flat with other students, for example, in a WG. You could, of course, also rent a room in a student residency. So there are also several student residencies, Wohnheime in Nuremberg, that you can, of course, apply for. That's an opportunity. Yeah, there are many different options. It's a bit difficult for us to make a prediction because it always depends on the current, labor market, whether how the job offer is, how many people move to Nuremberg. You cannot really predict it. Also, of course, the student numbers, but there are definitely a lot of options. Is there a specific reason why there are only 30 slots for IES and 70 for IBS?
I don't know if there's a specific reason, but normally the economics courses are a bit smaller because more people want to study business administration than economics. That's just a fact. And so more places are open for business administration than for economics.
Yeah. We also have the IDS has existed for several years already in a German version. So the program is already well known in the region, and of course IES is completely new. So we still need to collect experiences about the popularity of the program, but I'm sure you have a very good coordinator and very interesting course offered. So it's also a very, very good program.
By the way, if you want to write a question but you're not sure to write it in English, just write it in German, and
yeah,
that's
of
not
course.
a problem.
Okay, anything else? If I will enter university after Studienkolleg, should I have some certificate of English level? Basically, Max already answered that question. So also when you come from a Studienkolleg, you need to have some evidence that you possess English skills, but that could also be your final transcript. Any more questions?
Okay. If there are no more questions, we will do a short break, and afterwards on the same stream there will be the introduction to or the presentation for IBS. So if you want to hear that as well, you can just stay. Otherwise, have a nice day and nice evening.
Bye, and thank you for coming.